Today, we're talking about something pretty wild, a projected seismic shift in technology, all happening in a single week in March 2026 that could totally redraw the map for artificial intelligence.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if the entire future of tech was basically decided in just 7 days? It sounds like science fiction, right? But it's exactly what some projections are pointing towards. 1 week that sets the course for the next decade. Let's dig into how.
Okay, so check out this timeline. We're looking at the third week of March 2026. What we see here is a convergence of events that creates what you can only call a perfect storm. You've got NVIDIA, Google, and OpenAI, the absolute titans of tech, all making their biggest moves of the year at pretty much the exact same time. It's just incredible.
So first, let's zoom in on the epicenter of this thing. We're going to look at these three massive announcements that went off almost like dominoes, and more importantly, what they were really signaling to the rest of the world. Kicking it all off, you had NVIDIA's GTC conference. And look, this wasn't just about showing off some faster chips. No way. Their announcements made it crystal clear that their goal is to become the absolute foundation, the whole operational infrastructure of the entire AI economy, from the physical data center right up to the software.
And the scale of this ambition, it is just staggering. NVIDIA was projecting a potential $1 trillion in orders for its new chips. Now, to put that into perspective for you, that is double the projection they made just 1 year earlier. The demand isn't just growing, it is absolutely exploding.
And then there's this quote. This just perfectly captures their ambition to move way beyond data centers. By announcing these huge partnerships with companies like Uber and Hyundai, NVIDIA was basically telling the world, okay, the era of truly autonomous cars, it's here, now.
Okay, so right in the middle of all this, we see two very different ideas about the future taking shape. On one hand, you have Google's strategy, which is basically to put one giant PhD-level AI, Gemini 3, right into your search bar to handle everything. But then you have OpenAI, and they're unleashing an army of smaller, specialized agents designed to team up and swarm a problem. It's like one super genius versus a whole team of experts.
So how did the world actually react to all this? Well, these incredible advances, they don't happen in a vacuum. They created massive shockwaves that just rippled across entire industries and even nations.
You know, just 2 days before this whole week kicked off, a really stark warning came from Morgan Stanley. They put out a report basically arguing that this huge leap in AI was happening way faster than the world was ready for. And they pointed to one critical bottleneck.
And here it is. This was the bottleneck, a massive energy deficit. Projections showed that the US alone could be short up to 18 gigawatts of power just to run these new AI systems. I mean, to put it simply, we might have the AI brains, but we might not have the electrical brawn to actually power them.
And that same report pointed to a huge economic impact, because these new AI agents are driving just insane efficiency gains. Companies are already starting these large-scale workforce reductions. This technology is quickly becoming a really powerful deflationary force in the economy. And you know, these global shifts, they have immediate local consequences. Down in Brazil, this week sparked some really fierce debates. Google ended up in a standoff with regulators over how AI impacts journalism, especially when studies showed a big traffic drop for news sites. At the very same time, you had experts raising the alarm about deepfakes just ahead of the 2026 elections. And a whole new pressure cooker emerged for local companies: automate or get left in the dust.
So, after this one single transformative week, what does the new map of artificial intelligence even look like? What's the new normal for all of us? Well, the fundamental shift is this. AI has basically graduated. It's gone from being a suggestion engine to an action engine. It doesn't just find information for you anymore. It now goes out and executes complex, multi-step tasks all on its own. So, what this all really means is that the rules of the game have completely changed. The new frontier isn't just about who has the smartest model. Nope. It's about who controls the physical stuff, the energy, the data centers, and who has the capital and the data to deploy these AI agents at a massive scale.
And this kind of leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. The events of March 2026 suggest we're going to have the technology to build the future at an incredible, almost unbelievable speed. But are our societies, our economies, and our basic infrastructure, are we actually ready for the consequences?
Listen, if you want to keep making sense of how all these pieces,
AI, technology, and macroeconomics all connect, you should definitely follow the Macroeconomia channel for some really great deep dives. And of course, stay tuned for our next analyses. And hey, just a quick and important note, this material is a compilation of public projections and it's for informational purposes only. It is not financial advice, and all of these projections are, of course, subject to change. Thanks for tuning in.